Hi, welcome to Camlish.com. I'm teacher Emmy, and I'm going to be your teacher in learning the English language easily. The title of our book is Classroom English. This is a practical guide to teaching English through English. Now let us start our new lesson on page 398. In this page, we have here lesson number 116, and the topic is, what are your hobbies? Again, it's, what are your hobbies? Okay, let's start. Here we have the teachers and students language overview. So let's start reading. Let's talk about what we do in our free time. What's one of your favorite hobbies? How many years have you been collecting them? Let's hear about someone else's hobbies. Does anyone else in your family draw well? What's another hobby that someone else has? How did you learn to play? We have really interesting hobbies in this class. Now for the students part. I like collecting stamps. My hobby is drawing. I like to draw animals and flowers. My father taught me. Okay, now let's proceed to the dialogue part so we can better understand what's happening in those teachers and students language. So here the dialogue starts with the teacher speaking. Let's read. Let's talk about what we do in our free time. What's one of your favorite hobbies, Minsu? Minsu, playing computer games. Teacher, what's your favorite game? Minsu, super soccer match. Teacher, can you play at the hardest level? Minsu, yes. Teacher, how about you, Sungmin? Can you tell us about your hobbies? Sungmin said, well, I like collecting stamps. Teacher, how many years have you been collecting them? Sungmin, 2 years. Teacher, let's hear about someone else's hobbies. And then some students raise their hands. Yes, Inho. Inho, my hobby is drawing. Teacher, that's nice. What do you like to draw? Inho, I like to draw animals and flowers. Teacher, does anyone else in your family draw well? Inho said, yes, my mother does. Teacher, what's another hobby that someone has? I like to play baduk. Teacher, oh, you do? How did you learn to play? My father taught me. And finally, teacher said, well, we have really interesting hobbies in this class. Okay, now let's start studying the other expressions we have here for the students. So number 1, let's talk about what we do in our free time. Let's talk about what we do when we have free time. Can you tell us about your hobbies? In a statement form, tell us what your hobbies are. What are some of your favorite hobbies? 3. How many years have you been collecting them? Have you been collecting them long? How long have you been collecting them? 4. Let's hear about someone else's hobbies. Who else can tell us about his or her hobbies? Would somebody else like to tell us about his or her hobbies? 5. What's another hobby that someone has? What hobbies haven't we heard about? Let's hear about another hobby that somebody has. Are there some more hobbies no one has mentioned? We have here 6. Oh, you do? Oh, really? Oh, that's neat. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that sounds like fun. 7. How did you learn to play? Who taught you to play? Did someone teach you to play? Did you learn to play by yourself? And 8, we have really interesting hobbies in this class. We've heard about very interesting hobbies. Everybody has told us about very interesting hobbies. Now for the students' expression, we have here I like collecting stamps. I like to collect stamps, or I enjoy collecting stamps. My hobby is drawing. My favorite hobby is drawing. The hobby I like most is drawing. And finally, my father taught me. I learned from my father, or my father taught me how. Now here below you can check out the Korean translation of the dialogue part. And finally, an important note about talking about other hobbies. So for example, playing video games or computer games, playing janggi, chess, dominoes, cards, or board games, collecting magazines, coins, baseball cards, comic books, toy cars, drawing cartoons, painting, playing the piano, the guitar, the flute, the violin, taking pictures or photographs, listening to music, watching TV, going to the movies, reading books or comic books, camping, fishing, or hiking. So that will be all for our topic. So thank you for listening again. I'm Teacher Emmy. See you in our next video lesson. Goodbye.